Today's episode of Dave's Garage, we're going to do an oil change on a brand new 2022 Street Cheapo RS owned by this big gay guy.
Definitely not gay, dude. We need to definitely, with the way things are going today, they'll believe that shit.
You got a Triumph.
I mean, believe that.
I mean, wait, what? Yeah, so we're going to go through the oil change. This is his first oil change. So he's got what? How many miles you got on it so far?
This one's probably got from here to your house, I'm probably got like a little over 180 on it.
All right. We believe in doing the harder break-in, and that is actually what we did when we went up and test drove and broke in the 2023 Triumph fleet bikes for their demo fleet and promotional bikes.
Yep.
I got to do it twice. You didn't go the second time, and he told us, don't rag them, but break them in harder. You know, get some miles on it, get on the gas, have fun with them. You get better results. It's better for the motor. You don't need to do 600. And that's the guy who trains all the techs in North America. He's the top tech in the country for Triumph North America. I'm going with that. You want to argue? Argue with him. Anyway,
good point.
Some people are like, no, the manual says. It's like, yeah, the manual said that since 1973.
You know what I'm saying? Go buy the Pro that actually works on them like all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, all right, whatever. So what we're going to do is going to do that first oil change. So when you do the harder break-in, the motor is never going to be dirtier than it is now. You got little bits of machining stuff that, even though they blow the parts out after machining, there's always little bits of crud in there. There's the break-in oil itself. There's the assembly lube. And so after I get 150 or so miles, I do the first oil change, get it out of the way, and then do the second one at 600 through Tune ECU. We'll do the whatchamacallit, the disable, turn off the maintenance minder. And then from there, just every 2,000 miles or a track day.
Yeah.
Whichever comes first. You use full synthetic. We're going to use the Castrol 1040 full synthetic, which is what the bike comes with. So we're good.
So, I mean, after this oil change, now I can be as aggressive as I want with this bike.
Yeah, just ride it like you stole it.
Exactly.
I've had bikes with this many miles on it, and then I finished breaking them in on a track day. They're fine. The only bike I've ever had a problem with was this one, and it was not related to that. It was just bloated a valve and, whatever. But I've had 32 other bikes. Donna's had a bunch. She's had a bunch on track. I've helped her break in all her bikes the same way. There's 44 bikes we've broken in over the years.
Yeah.
We've had one problem with one.
Well, that's the funny thing. I remember you told me that when I first met you, and that was when I had my Gixxer 750, the 2014.
That's when we met at the gym?
Huh?
We met in the gym in the locker room?
Yeah.
Actually, we did actually meet that way. So anyway.
Did you?
I saw him in the locker room. He was taking a shower. I was like, are you the guy with the Gixxer 750 out in the parking lot?
Walked in while I was taking a shower. Hey, man. What are you doing? Shut down the curtain.
It's cold.
I got
the water
shrinkage.
certainly looked cold.
Yeah. I got shrinkage.
So, yeah, we're going to do that. And while we're here, we're going to take off your rear passenger pegs.
Yeah.
You don't need them. You don't have a girlfriend.
Unfortunately, no, I don't.
Boyfriend. Wait, what? All right, so here's what we're going to do.
You got to stop doing that.
I know. I was going to be like, who's your hunky gay friend, man? He's cute.
The last thing I need is gay guys like hitting me up now. I was like, dude, so I hear you're available.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah,
So-
that's right.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the oil change. While we're there, we're going to safety wire. Well, all right, so the first step of the oil change is get yourself a low pan like that. Get it up in the stand so you have a little extra room to slide stuff underneath it, give you a little extra room to work with. Get yourself a kitty litter pan from Publix or Kroger or whatever. Makes a perfect oil pan, all right? So we're going to drain the oil into that after we're removing the filler cap. We're going to drill this, and then see these tabs. Have you ever wondered, what are these tabs for on the motor? That tab is there for you to drill through and to give you a little anchor point. There's nothing behind it. Oh. So you drill the little hole in there, and that's what you mount your safety wire to for that, so for track days.
For track days, yeah.
So we're going to do that. Cool. You can get an extended drain plug. This one sits flush. It's hard to drill out. So you can get an extended one that has a nut that sticks out, and then you can drill through the nut, and we can safety wire that next time.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the oil filter. So the first step of that is to get your oil pan. The second step is to show up like a dick with the wrong filter and then just mooch one off of your friend.
Yep, pretty much.
Who just happened to have it. I use the high flow. Don't use the K&Ns. Some say they've gotten better, but a lot of race organizations and track days still ban them. I've had one blow and dump all my oil on the back tire up in the mountains. So right before they recalled them.
Hence, for the record, that's what I picked up. So just say
K&N, yeah. Don't do what he did. So use the high flows. I go with the HF204 RCs. The RC has the welded nut on the end so that it's easy to safety wire to it. And we're going to safety wire, put a clip on it so it'll be reusable. Same thing for the drain or for the filler cap. Now, what do we need to do? Hopefully this audio is coming out. We got our external mics. He's got that little gerbil looking thing. Not going to make any references to the gerbil in the conversation before.
Here we go again.
I'll let people draw their own conclusions.
Wasn't there like a gerbil thing with Richard Gere on Family Guy?
That's what well, that was based on the fact that they were saying that in real life. It's like Richard Gere could get chicks. He's not. I don't know who started that. It's like, how stupid is that?
Funny thing is, I met that guy in real life.
That was with Quagmire when he when Peter got Xerxes, the damn the eagle or the hawk, the falcon, and he was going after Quagmire's butt. And Quagmire he's like, "What do you got going on in there?" And all of a sudden he's tearing his pants off trying to get at his ass. And then Quagmire, all of a sudden, a gerbil comes out his mouth. He's like, "Oh man, you scared him out the other end." And then he's like, and the part that sold it was, he's like, "Tony, come back." It's like, why would you name a gerbil if you're about Tony? It's like, what the fuck, man? All right, so we got to get our drain plugs. The first thing you do, remove the filler cap.
Yep.
So this is what's nice with these remote microphones now, the DJI wireless mics. I don't have to worry about being too close or not far enough, from the camera. So we're gonna do that. Gonna take the drill. We'll do the drill a little bit later. So what we need to do now is find the right size, which I believe is this one.
What size is that one?
I don't know. 8 millimeter, I believe.
Oh, come on. We gotta tell all the folks at home what size this is.
8 millimeter.
8 millimeter.
All right. Now this motor's hot.
Yeah.
So
we say in Spanish is cuidado.
So we're going to loosen this, and the oil's probably going to burn the hell out of my hands. So you know what? I need a rubber
gloves.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do everyone a favor. Put on a condom.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a theme to this. I'm seeing a theme. Great. We'll probably get a strike from YouTube. You guys are making fun of the... oh, shut up.
Yep, pretty much. That's exactly what's probably going to happen. We have to ban this video.
I don't care. All right. So when this comes out, because it's... All right, there's two ways of doing this. Heat the motor up. Well, he just drove over here, so the motor's hot.
Hell yeah.
The school of thought on that is that when you do that, you're mixing up any contaminants in the oil that's settled out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're all sitting in the bottom of the pan, and when the oil rushes out, it's going to bring it with it anyway.
Yeah.
But also some of the oil is now up inside the motor. And so for me, I'm like, well, I do mine usually cold because I'm like, well, then the motor has all the time to drain is overnight. So every little bit that's going to drain out of the upper galleys, and it's all going to be in the bottom of the pan where you want it.
True say.
So that's why I do it that way. You can use
Ooh, whoa.
whatever. Ow, it's hot.
Yep.
Oh, it burns. It's burning the ass off of me. The jerky boys. It's tearing the ass out of me. Ow. And that plug is burning the fuck out of my hand. Oh, there's a strike. I used the F word. All right. I'm over on the other side of the garage here grabbing the paper towels.
Am I the one that usually does all the cursing?
Yeah. Ow, that thing is screaming hot.
Well, in fairness, I did
All right.
kind of...
The drain plug,
Glass
make sure the
over here.
camera's actually, make sure the camera's in. Hey, why don't you could be the cameraman. How about that?
I used to be a cameraman.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was at the Chippendales or whatever you were working at?
No, that was MMA Federation.
Oh.
Chippendales, we're going to leave that for another day.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know there's a story there too.
Yeah. Oh, there's
People are like, oh, he's making jokes again. No, not on that one.
No, not on that one. That one actually, there was a lot of, well, it was actually Hunkamania.
Hunkamania.
Hunkamania and Hunkmania. Believe it or not, there's two
Hunk
different.
me?
There's Hunkmania and then there's Hunkomania.
Oh.
Those are the ones I worked for in New York. They were good
Yikes.
times, man. Ample amount of stories.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Put on a pot of tea. I've got stories.
Yeah. I will tell you, what's that movie with the...
Magic Mike.
Yeah, Magic Mike. Yeah, they're not that far off. Definitely not that far off.
Yeah, right now my viewers are like, oh, this guy works his Magic Mike. Shut up. Shut up, you. All right, so you can work the camera.
Yeah, but I don't see a screen on here. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. All right, so why the hell? There you go.
Remember Meredith on The Office talking about being in a hotel with guys? Oh, yeah, I'm in hotels with guys all the time. They're usually arguing over who gets to hold the camera. Like, what? All right, so when you remove that, get yourself a crush washer. Hold that camera up here, yo.
Oh.
Point it at me. I'm the star of this show.
All right, hold on. How do I permanently put the screen on?
You don't need to. Just record. It's flashing. That's all you need to know.
I know, but I can't see. It goes blank.
I assure you it's working.
How am I gonna know? Like,
It's totally working.
okay. I can't see shit, but
All right. Crush washer, always replace that. I mean, I have once in the past when I forgot. But you just order them on Amazon, find out what one you need for your part, and then I just go buy a bag of them, keep them here.
All right, so for guys like me, why do we replace that washer?
It's a crush washer. It's soft aluminum. So
Yeah.
any little imperfections in the metal surface, when you torque this down, it'll squish it and it'll conform to any little imperfections and it creates a better seal. That's it.
Oh, so don't oh, wow.
Yeah, so instead of like rubber O-rings or something, they just use a crush washer, but they're really meant to be used once.
Exactly. All right, so I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so you owe me a filter and a crush.
Yes, I do.
All right, so hop on down here.
All right.
All right, so that is draining out. Need a theme song for Dave's Garage. Oh, I know. It's Raining Men.
I was thinking of like George Michael, you know, like, I'm never gonna dance again.
Guilty Feet, I've got no rhythm. God damn it, why do I know that song? You know what it is? It's a really good song. I don't care. And luckily, at least, because they used it on...
And yet all the gay jokes are towards me.
Pretty much, yeah. Because if one of us looks of that persuasion, I'm not in good enough shape to be a gay guy. That's what it comes down to, you know? You are.
So what, all gay guys are diesel and got six-pack abs?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know about that, man.
You
Definitely
tell
don't
me.
know about that.
All right.
God.
So let's see. All right,
Since a gay channel coming up soon.
we'll lay off because at some point someone's going to take offense. Like, why do you make the whole show about... You just did. Who cares? Whatever. All right, so here's what I got to do. We got to get that filter off. Now, the stock filter, half the time, they have like a gorilla that works in the factory, and they load him up on steroids and cocaine and go, tighten that. And he comes in and goes, ugh! And it's like, you got to stab the goddamn thing with a screwdriver or rip the thing off.
Yep.
Or,
Been there ample amount of times.
behind curtain number 2, get yourself a filter wrench.
Sometimes I don't even fucking do it. I mean, sometimes I don't even do it.
All right, get that over here. So, what is this going to do? It's going to drip oil all over that. We're going to have to clean it up later. But, all right, I need an extension. Hold on. Oh, actually, you know what? I can just use a T-handle. And when I was walking over there, remind me, I dropped 2 drops of oil in the garage there on the floor. I need to get those out, actually.
Brake clean.
Yes. And then we get to smell it.
Yeah, that good stuff.
That beautiful, beautiful smell.
Oh, America.
All right, so hopefully that's the right size. This is the biggest pain in the dick in the whole process, is getting that. All right, there we go.
There you go.
And hopefully it works, and it will. It doesn't strip it.
Nice.
I've done it before on other bikes, and it strips it.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I went through that with my Jixes like almost all the time.
And honestly, this is where I like naked bikes, because it's just easy to get to. Like on the Ducati, it's right on the bottom. So anything that leaks, when this leaks, it's going to leak oil on the header pipe there. Yeah, and we're just going to have to spray it with blade cleaner, and it's just going to have to burn off.
Yeah.
We'll wipe it down as good as we can. But right now, do that. Let as much pour out as you can. Duh. Got Careless Whisper stuck in my head now, damn it. Jerk off.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
It's not wham. Wham! Freaking Deadpool. You're saying it wrong. It's wham. Gotta say it with your heart. Oh yeah, so all that hot oil pouring all over your header pipes. Also burning my goddamn fingers. So pour out as much as you can. Then turn it up. God damn, I'm burning my hand. Upside down in the box.
Should have put on your condom.
Loving gloves. All right, let's just let the rest of that pour out. Ow, ow,
gotta lubricate that seal so that way it doesn't fucking
You'll
get melted onto the frame of the bike.
you just
Also,
want
makes
Well,
it
what-
a little bit easier to when you have to remove it down the road.
yes.
That rubber won't be stuck holding you in there. I know stuff.
Do you? All right. So you want to. All right. It just touched down. So at that point, you give it one turn. So look, there's usually like some writing on there or something. Use that, and then just give it basically one revolution. As soon as you feel it make contact. So I need to go get, I think, a 17 mil. Never gonna dance again the way I dance with Jonathan.
We might have to change the song to Freedom. I actually like George Michael though.
Dude, he had a lot of great songs.
Yeah, he had a lot of great hits.
The dude could frickin' sing.
Sucks he
Amazing.
died, man.
All right. It's really like hand tight. So I didn't get one quite full revolution, but I don't want to over torque it. So
Yeah. You want to
I
make sure it's
routinely
on there,
get
like,
maximum torquage.
want to make sure it's nice.
Whoa.
They're nice and snug.
Yeah. I'm gonna spray it with a bunch of brake cleaner.
Tell you, brake cleaner, that stuff works wonders.
Dude, brake cleaner is life.
It is. I'll have usually like about a couple of cans in my garage.
Always. Boston one year for Christmas got me an
I
entire
know.
case of brake cleaner. And he was like, I didn't know what else to get you. I'm like, dude, I love you. Like, that was perfect.
You want to come in for some dinner, man? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
You want a beer?
I'm like, that is exactly what I wanted. Well, not that I wanted, but it was perfectly useful because normally, I mean, just literally gave me a case of
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
dude. I go through cans of brake clean whenever I'm doing work in my garage.
All right, now we need to put this back in before we refill it with Earl, and then we're done. At that point, we're going to safety wire two things. All right.
All right, so
Just reinsert the drain plug. Get it threaded. Make sure you don't drop it. You pass me a couple clean paper towels, sir?
okay. I'm gonna try, but I'm also holding the camera here.
It's okay. I have faith in you. I feel like you could do two things at once.
Yeah, I'm trying to
right.
multitask here.
Where's the Allen wrench? 8 millimeter. And don't pass it to me over the oil because if you drop it,
Yeah, I'm like, and so I'm just like, yep, good point.
Ask me how
I'm just
I
gonna
know.
stay over here.
ask me how I know. Like, bloop. Oh, God damn it. I'm going to spend 5 minutes cleaning that up.
Yep.
Fishing my tool out of 180-degree oil. All right. Now, on this, you do not over-torque this. It's only like 15 foot-pounds. It's not a lot. We're going to put some RTV. Of course, you're going to need to get some RTV. And what I would recommend is, again, get the extended drain bolt so that there's a surface where we can drill it and put a safety wire clip through it.
Got it.
So, all right, so there it is. That is just making contact. 15 foot-pounds. It really isn't much. It's like, all right, it just tightened up, and you give it 1, 2 little uhs. That's it. That's all it is.
And voila.
I guarantee you I'm with 1 or 2 foot-pounds of where it needs to be. Now, you can use a torque wrench. Nothing wrong with that. I just never have, and I've never had one come loose. I've never stripped one. I've never broken a bolt, ever. So that's what I do. And the thing is, when you safety wire it, it doesn't have, you can't loosen up at that point. So you don't have to really worry about it. Ugh. So now,
So I'm gonna have to hurry up and put like 600 miles more on this, so I can get
just
that
go ride
extended
it.
bolt.
Yeah, just go ride it this weekend and whatever. When you get to the next, whenever you do the next oil change, that's what we're gonna do.
Well,
So,
yeah, just mainly for track day. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, then you said the RTV, right?
Yeah, you could put RTV on, just a blob on it, and that way
Okay.
it'll hold it, but then you can peel it off. So
Got
what
it.
I'm going to do now is you're going to move that oil out the way without spilling a drop of it on the garage.
Wow, dude, am I that clumsy?
I don't know. We're going to find out right now. Oh, boy. Move it towards the end of the garage and just put it down. Because you will, otherwise, when we're working on this, you will trip over it. One of us will step in it.
Yep.
Again, ask me how I know. All right. All right, Papacito, come here, please.
Got it, sir.
Thanks, Big Poppy.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
here for.
right size. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drill a hole in the core. Don't put it in here because the clip you're gonna put on there may not reach that far. So you want to just kind of. That's it.
And voila.
There's one. So we're gonna do that. And then, okay, now, little things. Put your oil. Don't drill that with that cap off, because any metal filings get in there.
Oh man.
Little things you might not think of it. It should seem common
That's a
sense.
freaking good point,
But
dude.
you know, somebody at some point has gone, "Oh, idiot!"
I would have never thought that shit.
Oh, hot. All right, so just go to that corner. Start slow so it doesn't walk on you. Once it bites, see all those little metal bits coming off?
That was smart.
There we go. So we'll blow that off with the air compressor, make sure there's no bits anywhere. But now we're going to wire a piece of safety wire to that onto a clip, and then the clip's going to clip to that.
Sweet.
So you'll be able to undo it when you need.
This is really awesome, really good informative information.
I feel like it'll help somebody.
I definitely think so.
All right. You see an air nozzle anywhere? Damn it, where'd I put it?
Technically, this is your garage.
Oh, right, I got it. I know, it's not.
I mean, if it's my garage, I can tell you, but
Yeah, true. Make sure there's no metal bits anywhere around that. We're good to go. Ooh. We'll fill it with Earl, motor Earl.
oh yeah.
Okay, like that. Need a funnel. We'll use this one. All right, sometimes it'll go down enough. That sometimes I feel like it could fall off, so we're gonna
Yeah, I'll hold it.
I don't remember how many quarts this one is, and this one takes a dipstick, so we're gonna start.
You say this one takes a dipstick?
Yeah.
Are you
Doesn't
serious?
it? Yeah, it doesn't have an oil sight glass. Don't know why.
Wow, a dipstick. Wow, this bike is more like I keep learning more about this bike. Like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. A freaking dipstick. I mean, this thing is practically a car on two wheels.
It's not impressive. I'd rather have the sight glass window.
Well, yeah, I feel you on that. I could, yeah.
Fill it back with oil. Another thing I recommend doing, go to Triumph. They provide online free PDF owner's manuals for all of their bikes.
Oh, nice.
Get that, download it to your phone or put it in your Google Drive. Hold that, thank you. And that way you always have a copy on your damn phone.
Yep.
So if you're out somewhere, you're somewhere like, damn, what's the torque setting for this? Or what brake fluid? Well, brake fluid tells you on the top, but you know what I mean? Just as an example, how much oil do I put it in? I think it's right around 3.1 or something like that, but we'll double check just to make sure.
Is it even going to be nice this weekend? No, right? I think it's going to rain.
It's supposed to be. That you?
Yeah, that's me. Hold on.
Say piss off.
Yep.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like 70 and partly sunny on Saturday. Now it's 56 and rain. Sunday would be the day to ride. I think it's going to be 70 and dry.
Ooh. Got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, let's do that. I think I've got to be over at Sarah's, though, in the afternoon for Riley's birthday. But I can go ride it during the day and then just ride over there around 3.
Let's do it. Where are we going to go? Covington?
I don't know. We'll figure something out. Hold that, please. All right, let's just see.
Where's the dipstick thing?
I'll show you. Street triple RS oil capacity Dun, dun, dun. People ask, how much oil does the Street Triple RS pour? 3 liter. What did I say? 3.1. I said, I think it was around 3.1. That's exactly what it is. That's why you come to Dave's garage.
Yeah.
I got to make a motor oil run over to O'Reilly's to get rid of all this. I got like 10 or 12 gallons of used motor oil.
Oh, wow.
But they only let you take 5 at a time, so.
What?
Yeah, I used to go over like, I went over there once with like 20 gallons. It was like 4 years worth of oil. Now they're like, we limit it to 5. I'm like, okay, so if I just do 5 now and then I come back later with another 5, can I do that or come back tomorrow? Yeah. Like, all right. It's like, if you know I'm going to come back anyway, like 3 times, why not just let me do it all at once?
Are we allowed to record Donna?
No.
Wait, does
Nah, Donna doesn't want to be
Oh,
recorded.
okay. Crap, I just mentioned her name. Does thank
We can
you.
edit that out.
Okay, good.
Drinking beer on the job? What is it?
Technically, you're not really paying me, and technically it's tea.
Is that a White Claw? What do you have?
Whoa. Never that.
All right, hold that.
You know me, man. Huh.
All right, so basically that's 3. Rather than crack open a new oil,
You got some left.
I
over on that
have one that's already open that's got a little bit in it.
Sweet.
So we'll just put a little
Just a little something. Just
A
a little
little-
dab.
bloop. There's 3.1.
And there we go.
You're within an ounce or 2. You could check the dipstick later. It's not going to make a huge difference. And then if you need to top it off, you can top it off. Fucking dog.
We'll edit that out too.
Stupid dog. It's like, what are you barking at me? You're my property. I own you. Like, shut up, dude. It's so annoying. All right. So we got that. Do. Take a clean paper towel. Wipe that surface just in case there's any oil, dirt, crud. Take your filler cap. Put it back in. So we got roughly 3.1
That's what
quarts
she
in.
said, by the way.
Yeah. We got a brand new oil filter.
Sweet.
We're gonna fire this shiz up.
Fire this bad boy.
Hopefully the microphones don't get overblown with the no audio level. Good evening.
I feel like Batman when I ride this thing now.
I'm Batman, you're Robin. All right. Low oil pressure. Now we're back up to pressure.
Yep.
The engine's already warm. I'm gonna let it circulate for 30 seconds. How you doing? Lovely bike. Motor's already hot. Let's see, where is the temperature on this thing? Lap timer, style, color palette, auto, service code. Oh, service due. Maybe the 600 won't come on. Either way, I can turn it off. Range, distance. I didn't see anything for temperature, but I guess there's just a slider down there. It's up to
Yeah.
temperature. It's hot.
I was going to say, yeah, I got the little temperature gauge over there.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. While that is draining oil back into the pan, keep in mind when you do your levels, check them cold, I think. I know some bikes, some people are like, well, do it hot. I don't know. I just check it cold, and as long as it's within 2 millimeters. If you're up a quart too much, that's bad. That's bad. Too much liquid doesn't compress, and you could have problems. Too low can be a problem. If it's up an ounce or down an ounce and a half,
That's not really gonna. Yeah,
you
that's
just
not
you
gonna-
got to be in the range,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
So it's not an exact science where a couple tablespoons one way or the other is going to mean your motor's going to blow up.
Exactly.
All right, so I need 2 clips. I give you Exhibit A. You buy a bag of these on Amazon for like $10. You get like 30 of the damn things. And
So
then
Amazon should be paying you because we're constantly promoting their stuff.
I do get paid by Amazon for promoting their stuff.
Huh.
Yeah. All right, now the question is, where did I put my...
More about that later.
Yeah, I got my safety wire things here, but I do not see my safety wire. And I know some people's like, well, clean your garage up, asshole. Yeah, I know. It needs to be straightened up.
Yeah, you kind of got a point there. You kind of like answered your own problem.
It was cleaner.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But many times if I've been here, this is actually a lot cleaner than
Yeah.
the most time I've been here, dude.
But I used it recently, and apparently I didn't put that shit back. So there's a spool of safety wire somewhere. We may have to safety wire it later if that's the case. We'll move on to the next step, which was going to be removing the passenger pegs. Yeah, I was doing a project, I was doing something, and I had the safety wire out, and I never brought it back. Some bitch, Jonathan. Some bitch.
Damn, that's some good tea.
Is that the stuff at the Crown Royal? And Royal
Yeah.
Crown, whatever in that?
The good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know where that went. I mean, I got like one little piece, and I don't need that much. What did I just safety wire recently? We'll probably edit this part out because I got to.
Yeah, pretty much because like scrambling like 10 minutes of time. I'm just trying to find
Yeah,
this fucking wire.
it's like Dave. This is an episode of Dave's scavenger hunt.
yeah.
Where did he leave his shit?
These are lists of things you're gonna need to try to find this. Oh, we don't have any. We're sorry. We're fresh out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I put it. I was using it for something. On one of the bikes, I thought. So I would have expected it to be like right here. Because usually I'm doing a project like right here. And when I'm done, I just kind of like set it down.
You know, it'd be funny that someone's like watching the video and they're like, "Dude, it's like right there." It's
Boom!
Oh,
Booyah!
yeah!
All right.
Come get some.
Get some. All right, so here's what we're doing. Have a seat. So here's what we're going to do. You got the clips. We got a hole drilled. So we're going to put some safety wire on that.
We sure are.
What I do is, that's the clip we're going to use. So what I usually do is come over here to the vise. Because this will want to twist otherwise while I'm doing this. We're going to lightly clamp that in the vise. We're going to take whatever you think you need, grab an extra couple inches. Never hurts to have a couple inches to spare. Am I right, guys? So do that. Kink it. And now go over back over here.
All right, and here we go.
Come on, Johnny Cakes.
Let's do it.
So we want about 4 inches. So we're going to take this and safety wire it.
I gotta get me that tool.
It's great. You'll find all kinds of uses for it.
Exactly.
So get it. Don't go too tight or it will snap. So you get that. You take this out, back down there. Oh no!
Thank God that was close.
So we're gonna hook that on. And you're gonna bring this over here. Put that through, thread that basically through and hook it around so you can grab it. Why am I so bad at this? All right, and then we can bend this into whatever shape we want a little bit later. But get that, come up here, crimp it. It's actually hot in here. It's like 75 degrees out, but sitting next to this motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
When you're used to winter, all of a sudden, it's like, man, I'm not in the best shape, but still, it's like all of a sudden, I'm like, God damn, it's actually like hot. Sitting here sweating February. It's crazy.
I know, that's the crazy part, man. 70-something degrees in February.
So there we go. Now we're safety wired. Boom.
Nice.
And that'll just sit like that. And now what we got to do is take our other clip, which I put on the ground, and now we're going to do the same thing over here for the oil filter. We'll do the foot pegs as a separate mod.
Ah, okay.
So we're almost done here, folks. All right, come on. On the end of this, there's a nut. So this is going to clip onto that. So we just have to figure out where's the other end going to go to. I usually anchor it right here, and that way it's just a straight short line
Makes sense.
You know, you'll do it where it's going to come off this side, so it'll be a little more hidden, and you can tuck the extra back in there, and it'll go right to that. So we're going to need another piece of.
Or you can just tie it real tight, against that rubber hose.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, so it cuts into the hose. That would be awesome.
Dude, you looked at me with this face for a second. It was like, oh, what?
Oh, Jonathan. This guy.
So I just realized it already comes with the hole in there?
Yeah, that's the nut on the end. So that's why, like, when you go to take that filter off, you don't need that stupid filter wrench. You just use a normal 17 mil wrench or socket.
Well,
And
no,
it's got
that I
holes
know.
drilled through it for safety wire.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's already a hole drilled in.
That's why when you get the
that's
HF
interesting.
for this Triumph, you get the, which is the same filter I use on my Speed Twin.
Yeah, but
and
the
the bobber and
K&Ns
everything
didn't do that.
Yeah. So what you do is you
K&Ns didn't do that.
the K&N does. It's got a nut on the end.
Well, no, it's got the nut, but not the hole
Yeah, it does.
already in
Yeah,
the
it does.
nut.
Yeah, it does.
Not for my Gixxer 750s when I used to do them.
Up here. It does.
Not that I freaking remember.
I don't know what it is about this. It just feels right.
It just feels like you're making butter or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I could just do that motion all day. It's weird.
And
I don't
calls
even
me the
mind
gay
doing
one.
this. All right. Over here. Come on down here. Come on, Chuckles. Get down there. Get some.
Let's do it.
All right. So this is going to go through. There's a hole right there. See behind the knee? That's right
Yep.
there. That's where that fifth hole is. Right there. Don't say it. Don't say it. We'll see if anybody gets the reference.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're just going to feed this.
You see that right there? That's where the other hole is.
Right behind the knee, right there. And you have to say it really like low and creepy like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I know what I'm watching tonight when I get home.
Like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
They're so weird. Like, white people. Well, that only doesn't apply to you.
Well, I'm partially white from the road rash, so
That's right. You still have a little
I still
bit.
qualify.
You still got the extra 20 points on
I
your
was gonna
credit
see if my
score.
credit score still hold it up.
Yeah, if anybody is watching this doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, I don't mean in general, that's just a given, I guess. But with regards to Jonathan's road rash and being part white, if you're not wearing gear, go search his video for Jonathan's debrief and road rash after going down on the interstate at about 70 in a t-shirt and all that shit. You can see Jonathan with
That
his
hurt.
shirt off. But it ain't pretty. It's not going to be all you were hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
It's gruesome stuff.
There's still muscles, just a lot of exposed.
That's the only reason why you're still alive. Right before impact, you go, "Gadoosh!"
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what protected all your internal organs from blunt trauma.
Yeah, pretty much. Just the broken ribs and the busted shoulder and a lot of scraped up skin.
Yeah, I don't have that. I had a leaf blow and hit me and broke a rib. I don't have those muscles. Well, actually, I probably got more padding. It's just mine's a little more, not as firm. So there we go. Safety wired on the plug, on the filler cap. We are safety wired over here on the oil filter itself. You don't have to do that for track days in intermediate or in novice rather. I just do it because it's just one less thing to worry about. And if they ever change the rules for whatever reason, you might be a novice, and I've had before where they're like, you're starting to lap people, you need to bump up to intermediate, and then it is and depending on what group you're with, then it might be required.
Oh,
So even if
wow.
you think you're in novice and you don't need it, you saw how easy it is. Go buy a bag of clips, buy the tools. You're going to invest $35 between the tools, the spool of wire, and a bag of clips, and you'll get 20, 30 clips. So you can use it on friends' bikes, whatever. You'll never need to buy it again. And just do that. It's one less thing to worry about. I mean, people have gone down the road and a filter came loose. They thought they tightened it, but they were distracted doing some things, and they spun it on, but they didn't torque
Yeah.
it. Same thing with the drain plug. So we'll order you a magnetic drain plug that's extended, and some of them actually are already drilled for safety wire for that.
That's what's up.
It might be $20. It's not a lot of money.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And then we'll just add another clip and connect it somewhere down there to the motor. Have a clip on the end, so you loosen it, When you put it back on, put the clip on it. When you go to a track day, they go, boop, you're good. So if we did an oil change, it's that fast. If we weren't bullshitting and I wasn't stumbling around like Mr. Goddamn Magoo looking for parts and tools, it'd be fine. So we're gonna shut down here now, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the next mod on a separate video, which is gonna be getting rid of passenger pegs, because these are not good bikes for passengers. If you got a little tiny girlfriend with a little tiny butt, good for you. But also, if with this kind of bike, you're not taking it. It's not comfortable.
No.
Tell the bitch get her own ride.
Yeah, pretty much.
My wife rode on the back of my Daytona 675, which was the precursor to this.
Yeah.
It was the full fairing version of this with the 675 motor, and she rode on the back once, and she was like,
No.
I need my own bike.
It's very uncomfortable.
Hence why she got, well, she's had many bikes, but now she's on that. So we're going to take that off. It'll clean that up. If you're never going to take a passenger, there's no point in having it. It's not holding on your exhaust like the Cowie there. I have to kind of leave them on, because unless I just get different hangers, but they're really not like they're in the way, because they're kind of short and stubby, and all this is there anyway.
That is true.
But here, it'll clean up the back end and take like 4 pounds off the bike.
Hell yeah.
But there's your oil change and first basic service on a 765. We're going to tighten your chain as well. Your
Needs to
chain's
be
got too
tightened
much.
again?
Yeah, your chain
Really?
stretched a little bit. Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, I just moved it. Come over here. We could do the chain on here too and say this is kind of like your first service.
Yeah.
You know, most of the things, when you go to a dealer, you're paying for the oil change, turn off the service light, which is plugging in a laptop and hitting enter. They're going to check your chain. They're going to go over, does it have coolant topped off? Yeah. Is the brake fluid topped off? They're going to go to retorque a few things. It's basic. In fact, in your manual, it tells you for all the different maintenance intervals what you need to do. So this is something you can do. Typically, I'll go through, your brakes have been working fine, check the fluid levels. It doesn't seem to, you don't feel like you need to bleed anything. Check your tire pressures, do your oil change, and come down here for a second. That's not terribly loose. On a track day, now you might look at it and go, wait, that's more than the 1 inch it says in the manual. Yeah, I get that. I like to leave it a little bit looser than what they say in the manual, because when you go to a track day, they will actually check that. They want it to be just a little bit looser. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up that back nut, and we're just gonna, we don't have to film this whole thing, but that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna give the adjusters like maybe not 2 turns. I caught in a click, like like the flat part of the bolt is on top. So if I rotate it to the next part of the 6-sided, I think it's a 6-sided, when it comes up, each one of those clicks is 1/6 of the turn. To get rid of just that little bit of slack, it's gonna need 2, maybe 3 clicks. That's it. And then we'll retighten it. That's all we're gonna do. I'm not gonna make you watch that. You can figure that out. And then we'll come back and do another video just getting rid of this. We're also I'm gonna get rid of all that gunk off your chain. That's one thing I hate when dealers do it, is they deliver it caked up with lithium grease. You don't need all the lube on the outside of the chain. It doesn't do anything other than sling and get everywhere and attract dirt and grit from the road, which then gets ground up in the chain and the sprocket and makes a very abrasive paste, which is bad for your O-rings.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got to take care of your O-ring, buddy.
Yep.
So, I'll let you read between the lines on that one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed Dave's Garage. We'll be back for another episode just in a moment. Push the button.